Hello, I'm Darren Magee and welcome to my Mental Health Information and Awareness channel. Now today's topic is going to be revisiting a topic I've looked at before on reactive abuse. Now if you like this video, please check out my other videos on mental health related topics and please consider subscribing to my channel. So first of all, what is reactive abuse? Well, first of all, I have to say it's not a term I'm overly fond of because the reaction isn't always abusive. Sometimes it can be. Remember, no form of abuse is acceptable. Some people may react to being provoked very aggressively, some even violently. Some may be just sarcastic or even try to reason with the abuser or just leave the situation. Regardless of the reaction or response, everybody is responsible for their own behaviour, even when provoked. So, what is it? Well, reactive abuse. It's when someone behaves pretty much any way they like. Then, when the other person reacts, they claim that they are the innocent victim and they are being abused. Now, reactive abuse, it can take place pretty much anywhere in any kind of relationship. For example, it may even take place in the workplace. You may have that employee, the person who just wants to do their own thing, never really want to do what their actual job is. They'll be obstructive, resistant to instruction. The manager is at the end of their tether. They try to sternly tell them just to do their job. The next thing you know, that person's off for 6 months. Work-related stress, workplace bullying, and the manager, there's a grievance in against them. But for today, we're going to focus on a relationship with a toxic partner. So, reactive abuse, I illustrate it like this, okay? You get person A, person B. Person A lifts a stick and just starts poking person B. Person B says, stop that. Stop what? Stop poking me with that stick. What stick? That stick there, you're poking me, it's really annoying. No, it isn't. Yes, it is, it's really annoying, stop it. What was the question again? On and on it goes. Now, we only have so much capacity, we only have so much patience. Sooner or later, person B, they grab that stick, break it in two, throw it to the floor and just scream, stop poking me with that damn stick. The next thing you know, person A starts saying, does everyone see that temper? Does everyone hear what I've to put up with? I'm always on eggshells around that person. They broke my favourite stick. What's just happened is the reaction has been focused on, not what caused it. Person A has just become the victim, or as I put it, the abused abuser. Now, in toxic relationships like that, what often happens is person B ends up apologising. Now, if you think about it, they're actually apologising pretty much for how they feel about the way they're being treated. Person A, the abuser, learns what they can get away with. Sometimes they will lift another stick and start poking again. And things like malignant narcissism. This time, as they're poking, they're making eye contact and they're grinning as they poke. It is a form of gaslighting, blame shifting, victim shaming. Over time, the victim may fear asserting any kind of boundary for fear of being accused of being abusive, while the abuser learns that they can pretty much get away with anything. Over time, the victim may become terrified to assert themselves at all, in any way at all, always doubting themselves. Again, fearing perhaps the abuser telling others about their reactions. Now, like I said earlier, regardless of the response, regardless of the reaction, everybody is responsible for their own actions, their own behaviours. Now, I know that does not sit well. That does not sit well when the abuser seems to get away with everything, when everyone else seems to believe them. Remember, it is a reaction they're looking for in a lot of cases like that. So regardless of the reaction, regardless of the response, the victim is going to be blamed and shamed anyway. But I tend to look at it like this. Whenever you react, they have control. Whenever you respond, you have control. Now, there are different ways of handling this. Sometimes it comes down to the grey rock method, and maybe we'll talk about that in the video at another time. But in, say, something like I mentioned earlier, say the work situation, it's different. There's human resources, there's the managers, there's guidance and support, codes of conduct and so on. In a relationship with a toxic person, there isn't that same level of support, but there is support. Sometimes we just need to tap into it. Other than that, if you want that behaviour to stop, then it will. But it will stop when you completely surrender any autonomy, self-respect and sanity. Wanting to see the other person, that toxic person, wanting them to see reason, that you end up driving yourself insane. And they will point out your insanity as evidence that they're right about you. Also, this is the thing about toxic people. If they're ever caught out being abusive, then what they tend to do is point out all of the behaviours of the other person, all of the reactions of their victims. They're the ones who are merely reacting. So there are times you really are dealing with someone who's pathologically incapable of accepting any responsibility. Toxic people can just be so damn slippery. More often than not as well, they are very highly accomplished performers and actors. They're also, these days, they're educated in terms such as reactive abuse. So they know what they're doing. They also know how to use it. Now, I say all that to say this. That does not mean the victim is helpless. That does not mean they are hopeless. That does not mean they are going to lose every single time. There are ways of handling it. There are guidance, there's help, there's support, mental health professionals, there's organizations out there that can help people to manage their boundaries, manage other people's expectations, and to recover from the long-term effects of other people's toxic behavior. So that's reactive abuse. As always, I'm interested in reading, responding to any of your comments, questions or experiences. Please use the comment box below. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel for future updates on mental health related topics. And until next time, thanks for watching.